difference does it make, Erica? My father is dead. And the gory details are none of your damn business.
I beg your damn pardon. If I'm gonna be scarred for the rest of my life, it most certainly is my business. I deserve to know why, and I want to know what drives you to hurt people the way you do. So you tell me the truth, and you tell me all of it.
My father died. I've tried to put it out of my mind. I can go months without thinking about it. Sometimes I even delude myself into believing that the memory is free. But then it comes back.
Well, good. Tell me, David.
But Erica, I've never told anybody. What happened back then? I was 12 years old. I've never put it into words.
Well, you told me that you once adored your mother, that you worshipped her when you were a little boy. And then I saw you almost literally step over her body when she was screaming for help, when you thought she was having a heart attack. So when did that change happen, David? Was it that night? Was it the night of your father's death?
Look, you're asking me to talk about the most traumatic thing that's ever happened to me.
Well, what do you think this is to me?
No, there's no comparison. Your face is going to heal. I held my father in my arms as he...
Of course you would think there was no comparison, because if it didn't happen to you, it isn't really important, is it? So that's why you need to talk, David. I really need to know how you got to be the person you are today. I really need to know how you became this creature you are. I really need to know why. That night, you were 12.
I can't start there.
Tell me about your mother.
You were right. That was the night that I first started to hate her. When I realized that she had no soul.
And before that?
She was an angel. Beautiful, charming, funny. She always had flocks of admirers. She was like sunshine personified. But my father and I, we knew that she loved us best. She used to love cherry ice cream. Burgundy cherry is what she called it. We used to feed it to her in those long spoons, you know, those iced tea spoons. And we would take turns, and she would purr, tasting that ice cream. And her eyes would sparkle. That night, in the middle of everything that happened, I stopped. And my heart froze because I realized it was the ice cream that she loved, not us.
What happened that night?
They woke me up, arguing, which was very odd because they never argued. My father always gave in to her. He always gave her what she wanted. But that night, what she wanted was a divorce. I crept to the top of the stairs trying to listen. She was leaving him for another man. My father.
Your father refused?
He begged, pleaded. We deserve another chance. We could make it work. We are happy together. But she just laughed. I found someone better. He's just as rich, and he's a real man. My father was a great and honorable man. He was gentle and soft-spoken, but he was very brave. He got a medal in Korea. Just when he was a kid, he was none of those things that she said about him, but he just took it because he loved her so much. Maybe if he had a mean streak, maybe if he made her pay, but he just let her laugh. That same cruel, ugly laugh that I've heard so many times since. Then
What happened?
my father said, "What about David? If you don't love me, you can't leave him. He's your only son." And she said, "You can have him. He's just like you. He makes me sick." Can you imagine that? A mother saying that about her only son. It was the ice cream. She never loved either one of us. She married my father for his money, for his social position.
Well, Vanessa led me to believe that she was a blue blood.
Well, she was princess in her father's hardware store. But to be fair, it was a chain of them. She wasn't broke. She wanted to be Grace Kelly. And when she got what she wanted, we were
Expendable?
yes, expendable. She wasn't content to just walk out. My father tried to stop her. He stood between her and the door and he said, "If you leave me, I don't think I could live without you." I know he didn't mean it. He was just saying that to try to get her to stay. But she just laughed. And she said, "What are you gonna do? Kill yourself?" I wanted to run in there and tell him to stop. I wanted to run in and tell her to just leave us alone if she hated us so much. But she wouldn't go. She was having too much fun now, reducing my father to something that she could wipe her feet on. She said, "What are you gonna do? You can't kill yourself. You're not man enough to kill yourself. That's why I'm leaving you, because you're spineless." They just started yelling. I just wanted them to stop. But I couldn't do anything. It was like I was standing there watching this grotesque movie playing out before my very eyes. My father reached out to her and he held her hands, he kissed her, and he said, "Please don't." And tears were rolling down his face. And she just laughed. Next thing I know, she was turning to the drawer, the bottom drawer, unlocking it of the desk. And I knew that's where they kept the gun. She stood there, checking the gun to see if it was loaded. They were talking over each other at this time, and my mother handed him the gun. And I wanted to say, "Shoot her! Shoot her! She hates us so much!" But I knew my father would never do something like that. And then the rest of it is like in slow motion. My father, he put the gun to his head. My mother stood there motionless. And he cocked the trigger. And then my mother, at the last second, her expression changed from one of cold derision to fear. And she started to shout out, "Charles, no," but then it was too late. I was able to find my voice and scream. finally moved.
You went to your father?
Yeah. And my mother turned to me with a look of extreme relief. And she said, "Good, you're here." And then she turned around and left the room.
Was your father dead?
I held him in my arms. There was blood everywhere. And I begged him not to die. No. I ordered him. I said, "Don't you die on me. Don't you dare die on me."
David, that's exactly what you said to me that night in the car in the accident.
I've never let anybody else die on me since that night. I refuse to lose anyone ever again. For my own father. I couldn't save his life. You bled out in my hands.
David, it was horrible what you saw and what you went through. But David, your experience, it doesn't excuse you from being blind to other people's pain. I mean, other people suffered just as deeply as you. Can you really not see the pain you've caused me? Can you really not understand my sense of loss? The simple truth is you don't appreciate anybody else's pain, let alone take responsibility for it. I don't know what I expected of you.
Don't go. Erica, your face.
Yes?
I've lost track of time. I have no idea how long we've been down here. But Dr. Fashionella has given us specific instructions as to the care of your face. Your scars need to be bathed regularly. I know that it has to be time to do that now, so why don't you let my hand go and I'll take care of you.
Let your hand go so you can heal me. Huh.
I can understand why you would be skeptical, but I won't try to escape. Honestly, I won't. I'm sincerely concerned about your face.
There's just no hope for you. Look, I'll come back later when I decide exactly what I'm gonna do with you.
No, Erica, wait a minute, please. Just listen. I did a terrible thing to you. I know it. I've always known it. I just haven't been able to admit it. And I know that I can never make up for what I did to you. But please, it would be compounding a wrong if you don't at least let me help you repair the damage. I can help you.
You want me to free your hand so you can help bathe my face. And the minute I do, you will try to escape. And you'll go to the police just the way you said you would, and I will lose my daughter forever.
No, I won't, Erica. I swear it.
Well, I suppose David should pay for telling his sad, sad story. And I suppose Erica should pay for listening to it.
No, this is too sad, David. I mean, even now you're using what happened to my face against me.
Whatever you may think of me, you know one thing. I am a doctor above all else.
It's what everyone says.
I heal people, Erica. If I don't do that, I'm not me anymore. You need medical attention. Now just let my hand go, and I will take care of you. I won't try to escape, I promise. I swear on the lives of my patients. Please, Erica, let me help you.
Stay tuned for scenes from the next All My Children.